still is somewhere. It's like live, laugh, love, like fucking dumbass shit.
Like I'm a troll.
Yeah,
like, blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
Right.
hilarious. Live, laugh, love. The world is fucked. It's like I guess the joke was on me because it's like that shit is serious as fuck. Like if you have kids, like that shit is not even like kind of funny at all. If someone says live, laugh, love, and you have kids, you're like exactly brother,
facts.
exactly brother.
Yep.
Because it's like
From the heart.
Dire.
Zooming out of thick malaise in my cranium. Let's get on a pitch and play tricky kangle.
The line captures Earl describing the feeling of pulling himself out of a heavy mental fog. Malaise refers to a state of depression or lethargy clouding his mind, while zooming out suggests gaining distance or perspective, almost like escaping his own head. I think it's a strange thing to talk about considering my circumstances as well. For me right now, I don't have a job, and honestly, I don't want one. I live at home, have the money that I had from my last job. I'm working off of that right now, and I'm trying to use this time to make as many videos as I can.
Hey, don't wait for me, man. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for anybody. Where you running from? Yourself? Stop waiting. All that chasing gonna keep you running. And you ain't running from nowhere but your own self. Tunnel vision stuck like barnacles on what's propping the big picture. Stick along for the ride long enough. We ending up fine for once. Finally fucked.
Earl's orienting himself towards truth and resents time spent gravitating towards other directions. I kind of go back and forth with myself. YouTube is something I've been doing for like 3 years now, and it is the most consistent inconsistency, like I like to call it, because I've been doing it for 3 years, and 3 years is generally a considerable amount of time, I'd say. Yet I've never been like consistently going at it, like uploading and stuff, because of just distractions. Right now, I'd say my biggest distraction is probably Arma. I know what these distractions are. I know what these low effort dopamine chases are for. Like, I eat terribly, and I know, and like I feed that too, cause like I don't feel like making food, so I just go buy McDonald's, and it's like so. God, it's concerning to me. I say these things, right? I'm saying it like I know what needs to be done. I just don't do it, and I don't know why it's so hard for me to just put priorities where they need to be.
Dance. Check. Yeah. Bars like the rim of the bath. Live, love, and laugh. This up like hovercraft.
The annotations suggest hovercrafts fly at low steady height and are actually quite grounded. Earl is saying don't fly too high and crash. Consistent with the theme said bluntly in the intro about not chasing cheaper highs. For me, this part really comes from trying to tackle too much. Got YouTube, I'm trying to be like, oh, I can do YouTube and then go to like Arma ops that lasts like 2 hours. I'm trying to like learn Japanese. I'm trying to get my exercise in, eat right, do all like trying to do everything at once. I still feel overwhelmed. For people in my situation or who's not, that's the part where people are like, oh, that's bullshit. What do you mean you got too much to deal with? It's just me right now, you know? Like, sure, I can be aware that necessarily what I'm dealing with, comparatively speaking, isn't the most, right? I can recognize that. But then there's also, who does it matter to? You or everybody else who's not you, right? Maybe something that worked before was working for a reason, and that reason is no longer there. Therefore, I have to change what I am doing now to make it work, right?
Outnumbered, but we obviously crunch them in the stack. Dance.
up way above niggas' ceilings. Fuck your feelings. I look around, the only thing I see is us, gang.
He's already elevated, resting comfortably higher than what others even dream of reaching. Their ceiling is his floor. Now, while I can't say there's anybody who's like who I'm looking at right now on YouTube or otherwise, and I'm like, he's up there and I'm down here sort of thing, it's more placed on myself. It's my own ceiling that I have placed. And here we go again, where it's like, we know how to raise the ceiling, we know how to, hell, even remove the ceiling to get out of the room, get out of it, go into a room with a higher ceiling, yet we're stuck in that cycle, you know?
I couldn't wait, couldn't shake the notion, my fate was up for me to decide. It's no time for pumping brakes, Trey 5 Brook on the plate, you right?
Or basically, he's just saying he has full control over his destiny, moving forward with no hesitation or restraint. And I like that. You know, I'm aware that whatever cycle is in place, whatever mistakes that were made in the past that could have been passed down to me genetically, decision-wise, passively, from like when I was a kid, all those things, it's still up to me to fix it. And I'm not like mad at anybody for that. I think the stagnation really comes from just the way I tackle trying to solve it. The problem solving method is stagnant. I gotta realize that these things just don't stay down in one way.
Bells rung, send a mail up high to the sky, home that I fell from.
A reference to a line in Earl and the Alchemist's E. coli song, which I have, and is great. Highly recommend you listen to that one. I wasn't born, mama snatched me off the motherfucking stork on a Friday. Say that shit to my face. Love that, especially that line. Highlighting a weak and cold familial bond he felt in his youth, especially towards his father. The letter is sent home to this other realm, perhaps to his late father or grandmother. I feel this one, dog. And again, I want to say how much I don't. It's got layers, really, but I don't blame anybody. You look back and you see, you can see these mistakes that were made, and you're like, that's so many people who just didn't beat the cycle either, like in your family, like, and you either fall to it or you overcome it, and there's just no two ways around it, and it's scary to like confront that. I think the scariest thing for me about like not having a job right now, this is one of my biggest back and forths, one of like my biggest arguments I have like within my own head is like,
it ain't really take no time to see. These niggas ain't on timing. Diddy bopping around the ring like Ali. Showing all my teeth, smiling my response. Cheap talk, keep your guard up. Niggas eavesdropping. The weak jaws, we try trees, parking my dreams foggy.
It disguises itself, some of these things they do, and it's like, it's good now, but what about later? And that's one of the scariest things for me right now, is that I have so much time being unemployed to make videos and put things out to like help myself with this channel and explore that creative side of things. Even the album cover that I made for this video, I looked at the thumbnails I had and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to nail down that album cover aesthetic, but I made like 4 different versions of this thumbnail, and you know, I sent them out to Sim, big homie right there. I'm legitimately so happy with how this thumbnail came out, because it to me it looks like, you know, an actual, you know, album cover, or like just a cover for a song for this YouTube thing. I just want to explore that kind of creativity, just keep doing that in different ways, keep trying out new edits. Like, man, the stuff I've learned in this time, they're just so cool. Like, learning about it, I'm like, oh my god, there's just so many things that you can do in freaking Fusion and all this, because I use DaVinci, and it's exciting, like it really is, and I want to use them in videos, but I just get too caught up on all the what ifs that I can do with the video that it just makes it so a video doesn't even happen at all.
Mining through my self-gun boost. The bottom started to melt some. I fell stuck.
When you're at work, you can't really indulge in all these things that are part of that like negative cycle, right? So sure, but is that a distraction? Because right now I'm not at work, but I still indulge in these things. I still do things I'm not like. I personally don't want to be doing things that I personally think that I would be a better person without doing, right? And so when there's literally nothing else, you are just left here in your room like pretty much all day, just left to confront these things in an environment where nothing, no one's going to stop you from doing it, or your environment might even make you like encourage to do these things. Oh my goodness. You can only be so introspective before you need a little break. From the beginning, you might have been sort of curious onto why that might have been the play for this video. Why this video could have been like your standard, let's go song by song and talk about what the song is by itself and how that ties into the whole album. But I wanted this video to sort of mean a little more to me, as you guys can probably tell up to this point, and just sort of level with you guys and why things are the way they are, and just kind of what's going on with me. Some of you might even be able to relate to that. So if it does, well, actually I don't want it to, because if it does, you're probably not in the best spot, but you know what I mean. I think Halo 2 has taken an exceptionally long amount of time to do. I believe I've streamed it like 3 or 4 times and have gotten stuck. And honestly, I think it's kind of for the best that you guys see me finish it on Legendary through video. But Halo 2 has to come to an end at some point so that I can move on with the rest of the games, because the whole reason is that for the last 3 years, I believe I've played each Halo game on regular and heroic, and then this run was supposed to be the Legendary run, where I run through everything on Legendary. I make a cool like thumbnail. After this video, the next streams that I do will be Halo CE Legendary, but it's going to be a little bit different in that I know the parts that I'm going to hate and that aren't going to be entertaining to watch. So for CE, I'll probably have a decent time on Legendary fighting the Covenant. So I'm thinking all the way up till 343 Guilty Spark, or I'll do 343 Guilty Sparks. That way you guys can see me fight the Flood a little bit on stream. I will stream that, and then after that, I'll probably just finish the rest through a video for my enjoyment and yours, because me just like retrying the same part on stream isn't fun for me, and I doubt it's very fun to watch. But anyway, let's get back on track here. Let's start with what we have learned so far. What we learned, Darius Benson, if you know, you know. We have learned that problems are dynamic and the solutions need to be as well. Overthinking is a problem. And so the solution to that is you have an idea, execute it. And if that means it needs to be more simple, then maybe the a million different variants you can think of it, so be it. Keep the idea simple. And this is really for YouTube, for my sake, so that I can upload videos in a somewhat consistent and timely manner. A week and a half is not really my ideal vision for videos, so I would like to have them out at least within 2 to 3 days of each other, ideally 2, but we'll have to try this out first and adjust it accordingly to see if this works. Minimize distractions. I think my biggest one, like I said, being on for like 8 to 12 hours at a time for just Arma and ops like that, it's not good. 8 hours, I can do so much, especially video wise, like things that I actually care about, things that contribute to my goal of like YouTube and making it what I want, getting videos out and being able to explore different edits and apply them within a timely manner. making like album cover thumbnails, which I really like. I really like the ones I've made for this video. Are important to me, and I like doing it. So the emphasis on these three things cannot be overstated. But let's go ahead and get back into the other half of the album and on to the songs that I've actually have added.
I remember when I ain't wanted. I prayed harder, they hooked on the phonics.
Earl has spoken in interviews about how this project was made in conversation between his 16-year-old self and the man he is today. He used to be very cynical in his youth, but he has grown to be more hopeful, especially after starting a family and getting married. He sees creating music as a spiritual and therapeutic process, but feels his fans just like him for his bars. Well, from Earl's part here, I can sort of see that, but there's also the part where he sees creating music as spiritual and therapeutic. And I understand that. The way it applies to him doesn't really have to apply to me, but it can be a little difficult at the start getting into the editing process. I definitely like it a lot more now than I did when I first started, because before I was just like upload, get like one of these will get a bunch of views and I'll blow up really quickly, but that's always the initial idea, right? But now I'm trying to look for opportunities to put in like a really unique edit or something that's really going to stick. I suppose outside looking in, I'm not really thinking about what it meant to the person uploading it, and maybe for a lot of people it doesn't always mean something, or at least it doesn't always have to mean something.
I feel it in my soul.
Yo, check. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So in the second verse of Crisco, there's a pretty fat line that says,
I can't sit down until the bass is rounded and patient. Politicking with pagans, hated how I sounded. I'ma see you later.
refers to Earl speaking about his need for control over his music and career as a whole. He discusses an inability and lack of desire to play the game, making it harder for him to deal with the corporate side of the music industry. Way back when I was watching like video after video on these like YouTube analytic guys who would be like, well, this is what you need to do to like stand out, this is how you design this, and this is how the algorithm and stuff works, and it's like all this information on the technical side to like help your channel grow. And what room in there is left for you and your creativity? And you know, those guys aren't saying you have to do this, right? No one's gonna force you to follow those rules. It's just that decision on like, in an already saturated environment, are you going to find a place just doing your own thing? I remember putting clips on like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts after I uploaded a video, and now I don't even do that, and I get more views than I did back then. Like, so much of it feels like it doesn't really even apply, like it doesn't matter anyway, because I've just been, for a while now, I've just been like making my video, uploading it, and it does good. I've been seeing an increase in numbers, and that's, you know, of course that's what you want. It's kind of what you need to start trying to even, you know, make a move towards getting your foot in the door and making a career. But it's like, there's a step you take, I think, in video making where it's like, yeah, you record the thing, cut it up so that, you know, all the boring parts are out of it as much as you can. But then there's a level after that where you're like, okay, well, it is cut video, me talking about it, whatever, and then you upload it. But then there's like the style points there's like the cutaways that you can do. What music, like what music do you use? What kind of visuals do you use? When do you put them in there? How do you apply the cutaway, right? Like, how do you make your thumbnails? Do you, like, for me, I really like that album cover look right now, so that's what I'm making. Whether it's like a live laugh love thumbnail like I made now, or whether it's like a funk thumbnail, how freaking like Playa was, or like One and Only be doing their stuff. Like, I want to be able to do that.
I released that. I released that. I released that.
We're actually going to skip Tourmaline. We'll come back to that a little bit later. Intro and chorus from Heavy Metal, aka Ejectocito, which I would think is a reference to Fast and Furious 2, when Tyrese Gibson sends fucking, who was it, Fabio, just flying into the ocean. Really like the intro of the song, actually. According to the annotation, repeated throughout the song serves as a call to action, signaling Earl's growth and maturity. The chant introduces us to the subject matter of the song, and to some degree the wider album as a whole. Through this lens, Earl walks us through a spiritual process in the art of letting go, whether it be expectations, old grudges, self-chastising over perceived failures, being too attached to one vision of the future. YouTube is really the only future I even can really see for myself. I don't see a vision where I'm working a conventional job and being happy. I really don't. And there's sort of two sides to that coin, at least in my eyes, being, the annotation would say, being too attached to one vision of the future, not leaving more to be perceived or envisioned, which it's not like YouTube would be the only thing I did. I want to do other things within YouTube. It's not just like I make YouTube videos and that's it, right? I want to do things outside of it. I want to make bigger projects.
2016, I had a dream of my son crawling around on the ceiling, and I had never seen them.
And the annotation says, Earl states that he had dreamt of a baby crawling on the ceiling of his bus when he was touring with Odd Future. He didn't realize that the child was his at the time, but now believes it was a message from the future about how his son would turn his world upside down, which I thought was pretty cute.
Take two.
Exhaust is the final song on the album, and it goes more over the cycle, beating that, doing right by yourself and, therefore others, the idea of karma. Apparently, Earl is also a Buddhist. He was raised that way. But at the end of the song,
The heart breaks itself
More power to you, but there's no flowers in your vase.
over and over again until
No amount of sugar gon' help with the taste.
Stays.
At the end of the day,
open.
it's really just you and whatever you think. From air mailing you strength.
I'm in my room all day, man. There's not really much coming in or going out for me. It's just internal, like the internal turmoil, when all you really have time for is you just think. There's nothing really occupying your mind. You just think all the time, and you think about like everything that's going wrong, just everything that's there, and you're like, God damn. That's kind of how that line plays out for me.
So there you have it.
finna be out. I thought I told you geek down. Trouble follow me around.
But last and not least, we have Tourmaline. Tourmaline has led me to destruction and has led you to this video. It would not have been made without this song. Why? I didn't even know this album was out. I just heard the song and I really liked it, and I knew, Earl Sweatshirt had made it, so I was like, oh, this is cool, let me send this to Big Homie, that of course being Sim, because he also really likes Earl Sweatshirt, to get his opinion on it. The text message goes as follows. I messaged him about it Friday, August 29th at 3:06 p.m. and I just said, Tourmaline? ? And he goes, the best song on the album next to Forge. And I'm like, album? I'm gonna have to listen to the rest. Liked it though. He says, I've listened to the album so many times, I like it. I'm like, very telling. Been listening to Blonde on repeat and This Old Dog. And that's how I found out about Live, Laugh, Love. That is why this video is being made. That is why we are here now talking about it. That is why this song, Tourmaline, is why all of this is happening. It's a blessing and a curse a little. I mean, I've been really wanting to make a video like this, but I wasn't really sure how to do it. Like I said, I didn't want a video where I just sort of whined, but rather talked about these kinds of things. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. You're listening to me after I finished all of it, and since I've employed these strategies that we've come up with, I've been doing a lot better. It's actually taken me a lot shorter of a time than I think it would have to complete the editing of this video. I hope that the solutions to the aforementioned problems work for you, but as we discussed, these problems are dynamic, so the solution for me might not be the solution for you. I think a lot of the pressure of what these problems comes down to is expecting perfection, at least from me, that you're never gonna mess up or slip up or go overboard sometimes, and that's just kind of like a natural occurrence in life, and with the realization of that doesn't fix it, but one of the first steps to fixing your problems is being aware of them. So I think that'll help. And if I am going to leave you with one thing from this video, I hope it would be to live, laugh, and love.
What's that?
A beacon.
What's it doing?
Communicating at superluminal speeds with the frequency
Communicating with what?
of the other installations.
Show me.
Fail-safe protocol. In the event of unexpected shutdown, the entire system will move to standby status. All remaining platforms are now ready for remote activation.
Remote activation? From here?
Don't be ridiculous.
Listen, Tinkerbell, don't make me...
Then where? Where would someone go to activate the other rings?
Why the Ark? Of course.
And where, Oracle, is that?
We've got a new contact, unknown classification.
It isn't one of ours. Take it out.
This is Spartan 117.
Anyone hear me? Over.
Isolate that signal. Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.